Capricorn, welcome to your bonus in-depth reading. That's the 3-month overview, January, February, March. I hope you're well. I hope you're fabulous. We're going to take a moment to go over the board I'm using for you and all 12 signs. That way we're all on the same page. We'll open your reading today by taking a look at you for the month of January. 1, the Magician. Flowing into February, 2, the High Priestess. And then, of course, March, 3, the Empress. Bottom row, those energies I like to take a look at when we do the 3-month overview, such as the sun. Long story short, are we happy and do we know it? Perhaps our idea of the sun is changing. Okay, very common, very normal. That's why I look at it. And then, of course, the Tower. Anything unexpected over the next several months we should know about. Like always, take what resonates, leave what does not, but do keep in mind this is largely future-oriented. So, back here in December, do you have an idea of what to expect over the next several months? Yeah, of course you do. But we're here to see the stuff we don't know about in as much as the confirmation pieces. I should see a mixture of both. And then also do keep in mind the focus or subject of January may not necessarily be the topic of February, so on and so forth. These advanced readings, sometimes they are linear. They have a concurrent theme, energy, feeling, vibe, action, belief. And then sometimes it's broken up, which is actually my preference. Actually, very much what I saw with Virgo. Very versatile reading that one was. That's my preference because I get a more complete picture of folks. But overall, my job is to, clarify the heck out of this and make it make sense for you. Okay, so you can figure out if it resonates for you. All right. But just FYI, because that can confuse people. And I'm like, I hope you're keeping up, because there's a lot in there, or there can be. However, you and Leo tend to be a little bit more streamlined in your energies. Like, this is what's going on, which I appreciate. So, we shall see. Show me Capricorn in January. Show me Capricorn, please, in January. Oh, guess what? Guess what I found out the hard way? Because YouTube doesn't explain things to you. They just let you figure it out. They're like, you figure it out. I am now missing out on compensation anytime I use the D word, your power card. Yeah. So the more I say your power card, well, compensation just doesn't happen. Now, I make it very, very clear. I'm very transparent about my compensation. I keep it to ads only and donations that are at will. I don't do anything else. I don't see the point. Ads should compensate me. That's my choice. So, that being said, when great big portions of a reading are blank, I finally figured out why. Every single one of them had mention of your card. So I can't say your card anymore. I'll have to give it some bullshit name like, yeah, I can say that, right? And not be punished. But your word, your power card, yeah, I'll be punished. So now we have to give it some vague thing that everybody else does. The shadow. Ooh, the shadow self. I want to call you just like D-man. Or D-guy or something. I don't know. But I'll have to do some spooky stuff instead of just calling it for what it is. There you go. Welcome to social media. It ever changes. All right, show me Capricorn, January. So, just a heads up, I can't actually say your power card anymore. I have to give it some other lame name. The Star, the Fool. Yep, 9 of Wands. Okay. Little twist on it. It's all right. Oh, okay. All right. I was like, where's all that, the stubbornness, okay, but that resilience there. That resilience, that wall shut up. It's a little forceful, but I see it as a kind of form of protection and insistence for you to move forward into new. Okay. It's At first, I didn't quite know where you're aiming that firmness. Was that firmness intended outside of you? Or was that intended for you? Like, who are you being so firm on? And you said, me. Me. I'm going to be hard on me this year. And I'm going to launch myself forward into new. I'm adamant. So, you know what's interesting? If I were to liken you to a bouncer, you would be kicking yourself out of the bar. You're saying, don't go there anymore. Don't go there anymore, Capricorn. You stay out of there. You keep going back to those old places and you keep getting the old results. Stop it. That's pretty firm, but you can be. You have a tendency to be very hard on yourself. Okay. It's part of the Capricorn experience. Capricorn's my midheaven, so I get it to some extent. I don't think I get the full blast of it, but I get it. The Fool, the Star, you will have a new beginning. Capricorn, now you get your ASS out of here. Don't look back. Because I was saying, oh, look at it, it's so beautiful. Oh, the Star, the Fool. And then you went 9 of Wands. I'm making myself. So that's a very, ooh, that's a New Year's resolution. You're like, it's happening now. And I see why. 3 of Pentacles, the Lovers, the World. You said no going back to that connection. I can see why. I'm going to, of course, I'll dig deeper on it, but I already know what the problem is. When our lover is our friend and our friend is our lover, it does not typically end up happily ever after. Not when I have direct experience with, so I understand you. Now, everybody's situation is different. I know how mine impacted me. You understand how yours impacted you. And you said that's it. It is very difficult to contain these very strong connections to friends. Okay? When we know damn good and well that friend is something so much more. I know how these things start at the time. It's a compromise. I'm very attracted to you, but for one reason or another, we can't go there, or I don't feel safe to, or somebody isn't ready to step into it, so we compromise each other as friends, and that almost always collapses because it can't survive under that weight. The weight of the Lovers is so energetically high. The 3 of Pentacles is so mundane and terribly low. It is meant to contain friends. It is meant to contain acquaintances. It is meant to contain like your idea of classmates, co-workers, okay, connections that add to the building blocks of your life, the 3 of Pentacles, but they don't do much more. They're not supposed to. So something that's that bright, okay, that shiny, that strong, friends, doesn't work. More often than not, it doesn't work. It will work for a while. Some people manage to float that for several months, seasons, maybe years. But eventually, the weight of the thing is going to collapse on the structure. The structure can't support it. Okay? Just for anybody who bakes, right? You have a reference, or even if you don't bake, you get the visual reference of dough when it rises and it has perhaps too much rise component in it. What happens is that it actually spills out over the container. It gets everywhere. There you go. That one has a lot of rise in it. And it's like the world, oh, that's it. I'm done trying to make it work. I'm done trying to make it friendly. I'm done trying to cooperate with it. I'm done trying to contain it into this box that's not supposed to be in there. Okay? The only thing that was ever successfully contained to a box that had that much power was Pandora's box. And if you opened it, oh. Okay. So that's an example of when it succeeds, and it's not a it's not a great one. So I get you. The humor aside, the energy aside, I get you. I do. So it's a little harsh on you, but this is what you're going to do to enforce. I don't want to call it New Year's resolution, but it is marked right there, January. It's like new. No more. I'm cycling out my lover friend type situation. I'm no more of that. No more of that. Oh, I mean, I'll clarify, and you'll show me the ins and outs of it. I have no doubt, but I understand. I don't think I need to. You already know. But I do want to see if it's with you in that new beginning, that insistence, that firmness. What does that look like to you? What does that feel like to you? Or you're just going to try to remain open as you're forcing yourself to do it? You know, because that might be the case. And if so, I want to see how you're doing it. I want to make sure you're not being too hard on yourself and stuff like that. Show me Capricorn, please. I mean, I know you are, but hopefully not too much. Show me Capricorn, please, in February. Well, if you don't mind my sharing, it's just when I do relate, you know, and I understand or I resonate my own way, I like to share. That way people have more structure to work with in terms of experiences and voices and what it might feel like and look like. Where it's alike and where it's different. Show me Capricorn, please. In February. King of Swords, Ace of Cups. Okay. The Hanged Man, I see. Okay. All right, I got you. I got you, Susie Q. Or whoever you are. Okay. I understand. Five of Pentacles, the Moon, the High Priestess. And you know it too. You're not stupid. You're really not stupid. So, your new beginning here at the start of the year, what you're forcing yourself onto is a path that makes sense to you, but it doesn't have to do with love. The star, once more, I don't know why people assume that. The star, the Two of Cups, may not be in love or romantic energies. It's just emotional energy, and the star is a desire, a concept that's far-reaching to you. It can be a goal in this life. And for you, your goal might simply be open to a new beginning, no going back to old cycles. You won't recycle it, right? That you will be open to other things, but not journeys in love. And you've been very clear about that. Very, very clear. More so in February. You made it a point to King of Swords, Eight of Cups, the Hanged Man. You know what? I need a long-term perspective. You told me point blank by February, I'm not emotionally available, and I don't need to be. Ooh. Yeah, that's because you know what's up. I'm glad. I'm glad. I mean, a lot of people are going to look at that and be pissed, but honey, that's your energy. In February, you are someone who categorically knows you're open and available and you're happy. Or you're someone who categorically knows you are not and you don't want to be. And if you're not, I'm glad you know that. Do you have any idea how many people are walking around planet Earth, la-da-da-da-da, yeah, I'm open to emotional experiences, and they shut everything down? Or they mess around and find out. It's like, okay, I'll get connected to this, but they're not in it. Their heart's not really there, okay? They just wanted some connectivity. I see that all the time, and it just screws people up constantly. They screw themselves up and other people. You're like, I'm not. Capricorn, party of one, and happy to be so. You're like, I need a long term. And you figured it out. Not only intellectually do you understand it, intuitively, you do too. Intuitively, the Moon, Five of Pentacles, you literally have that conversation with yourself. Capricorn, we haven't recovered. I know it. I feel it. I'm not comfortable with that break. Five of Pentacles under the Moon. It's still under my Moon. I still got shit to work through. And you feel it. So not only do you acknowledge it intellectually, you do intuitively. Good. Good. Thank you. I love it. I absolutely love it. February might seem cold to some of you, but it kind of suits your mood, to be honest with you. It suits your thinking. It suits your feeling. You're not stupid. Be glad you're not stupid. You know what happens when you connect to people who are? You get stupid results. You know. Let's be thankful. Let's all take a moment. Say thank you. The Capricorn I'm looking at knows themselves enough to respect and honor what they're feeling and experiencing, so they're not available, and they made it clear. They made it clear. They also said, I got stuff to work on, and you do. Nobody had to sit there and hold your hand and explain it to you, Capricorn, honey. You know you're struggling with emotional availability. I don't know if you know that. You're like, yeah, I know. I know. So good for you. I'm going on it because I don't want you to see that and be sad. You've done sad, man. You've done sad. I want you to look at that and be proud of yourself because you figured it out. You need time to be detached and to think about things. Okay. And I have this talk. The thing is, it's weird to me because I'm Scorpio. We have no problem being alone or being isolating. You know, that's it. When we're on our own, we have no problem. But other people think that's quite bizarre. And that's something I really struggled with when I first started reading collective energies. Why? Why do you always have to be with somebody? Why are you always trying to encourage other people to connect when they don't want to? They don't fucking want to. Trust that people know themselves better than you. Okay? Trust that. I mean, I worked with people in counseling for years. Trust that people know themselves better than you. Okay? And Capricorn, you're saying, I know myself quite well right here. In February. You know? I'm glad. I'm proud of you. That's wonderful. That means you understand you got work to do and you're going to do it. You're going to do exactly that. You're going to work on shit. Because that hurt. So while that opening was hard, you also said, I got work to do. I got to work on my abandonment shit because I don't ever want that stuff to happen again. That's smart. It's more than smart. It's wisdom. Intelligence and wisdom aren't necessarily the same thing. That's the difference between having information and then doing something with it. So, all right. Just wanted to take that moment. I know somebody somewhere's going to look at that and be like, how depressing. Or it's going to be one of your cross watchers who doesn't get it. I want you to know I'm proud of you. Okay? Why won't Capricorn open up to me? You wouldn't want them to. Because it would be false. Think of it that way. Would you want me to open up to you right now? Do I look like someone who's emotionally available and ready? You want me to lie to you? Is that what you want? Well, no, I want it to be authentic. No, you want everything the way you want it. So again, don't concern yourself with other people if that's the case or issue here. Because you're showing me reinforcement around this subject in February. And I don't quite know what that is, except that you're showing me I need to work on me, and I know that. So it makes me wonder. Show me Capricorn, please, in March. Two of Pentacles, back and forth. Nine of Swords, stress. The Chariot, moving forward. Okay. The Magician, more stress. Eight of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Anxiety. Okay. Something here is picking up for you in March in terms of we need to make a decision here. You're showing me stress around the subject. 8 and 9 of Swords. That's pretty darn stressful. And then you show me activity around proposed movement. The Chariot, the Magician, King of Pentacles. It's like you're trying to come back into your own by March. You're saying there's something here I want to do. I have some hesitation around the subject. However, I would like to proceed. So you're showing me investment. There's something here you want to take to. And you're struggling to get back into yourself to own that decision, to own the investment specifically. You being an Earth sign here, King of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. It's like, okay, do I do this? Do I do this? Do I do this? So there's something here that's showing up important for you in March. And you're struggling with it. Is it okay to proceed? Is it okay, the Magician, is it okay, the Magician, to want this? Is it okay as King of Pentacles to invest? What do I do? What do I do? So you, right now, you're consulting you and you in March. It's interesting. You're showing me a lot of stress, but a lot of potential. This could do me good in March. Is it safe to want this? Is it okay to want this? I don't know. Do we proceed? And then at last, I believe you give yourself permission to do so. I'm very curious to see what that is. Could have to do with your pathway element in terms of work, career, multifunctional, something possibly to do with travel or movement that requires you to perhaps make a decision quickly and or swiftly. You want to own it. You want to feel good about it. A lot of stress, though. It stresses you out. But you kind of like the idea of it. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and check out your sun. Oh, like I said, if you guys aren't familiar with the 3-month, I push on these concepts. Trust me. We'll get back to these. All right. The sun. Show me that would make me happy. I'm sorry. Show me that would make Capricorn happy. Show me the sun, please. Yeah, I want to know what would make you happy. Okay. It might be a glowing idea. It could be a transitional sun. Some of the sun, please, for Capricorn. Page of Swords. Chariot. Okay. Ace of Cups. Right here. Chariot. Movement indeed. It is movement. Okay. You have such a small idea. You're not taking it seriously right now. Page of Swords. It's barely a blip on your radar for reasons that are obvious. It's not your primary objective in January, and it is not your primary objective in February. It comes up in March. It is something you want to do, but you're very nervous. 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. Can I give myself permission to proceed? It does imply movement. It does. Chariot's there twice. So it could literally be moving fast, moving around fast, moving quickly, to and fro activity. But it does involve your heart, Ace of Cups. You are nervous. Is it a good thing to want to move towards this, to proceed, to want it, even a little bit? Okay, I saw where you weren't in January and February. March? Yeah. So, Knight of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. Okay. For the most part, your idea of happiness has to take care of my real world priorities, the stuff that I am committed to, the stuff that has meaning and context to me. That's the primary goal or objective. So the Hierophant, commitment here to the path as you understand it. It looks like a singular path that is yours. 7 of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. You have a strong devotion, not surprised, you have a strong devotion to the stuff that works. You maintain that. And from your point of view, when you think about happiness, that's all you wanted to do. Get back on your path, tend to it the best you can, be on top of it, don't neglect it. You're saying, I'm going to put more faith and conviction back into that path and cultivate what works. It looks like some of your paths became a little stagnant because of this, and I can see why. It didn't seem to build into your life very well. Okay? But in your effort to try to keep it, or make it work, or make it stay, you might have become a little negligent of whatever your work is. And so you're going to put all your attention back onto it, and it's good attention. It's the Hierophant. So I know it means a lot to you. It's your original devotional investment, work, home, stuff like that, goals. That's going to receive a lot more of your attention. You're saying up front, that would make me happy, but with a very small eye, and I mean very small eye, you weren't taking it seriously, it barely crossed your radar. Eventually one day you might move towards love, but again, small idea. You didn't take it too seriously, nor should you have done in January and February. But yeah, it crossed your mind. You can honestly say that. Okay? And then you said, no, I'm not ready. I don't even want to look at it. I want to think about it. I'm not available. I damn well know it. To over here, there's that Chariot. Something here provokes you. You're showing me nervous. Really anxious. However, perhaps you'd like to try. And it occurs to you, I thought about it one day. But March? Is it too soon? So that Page of Swords went into an 8 and 9. Is it too soon? Is it too soon? Is it too soon? Only you can judge that. I mean, yeah, it literally crossed your mind that one day you might open up to new love. But you didn't take it seriously. And you didn't need to. Okay? You weren't in the position to take it seriously. You were more concerned about your healing and your priorities. Okay? We'll see. We shall see. But yeah, for the Capricorn I'm looking at, you're like, no. Back here in December, I believe is when you started prompting that world, by the way. Did I point this out? I apologize if I'm repeating myself. These go to very in-depth places. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I lose track. Real talk. But the world in this proposition, world's end. So we're technically at the beginning of cycle of world's end, the end of the year as we enter the new year, which would be the other side of that world. So yeah, many of you have started to shut down this lovers, friendship, connection now. And that will continue for some of you to be a process for the next several weeks. 3 to 4, maybe 5. Okay. I'm not saying you have to, so I don't want to see any crying emojis, but I don't want to. Then don't. Why would you think I'm telling you what to do? I'm not. This is for the Capricorn. It already pre-exists in your energy today. You know. You know you're not trying to contain that to a friendship box anymore. Okay. Yeah, at World's End. Yeah, so from now to whatever, man, you knew. You knew it wasn't within you to desire anymore. To walk. So yeah, I mean, your Page of Swords there makes perfect sense. The idea of being in love, yeah, it felt like a happy thing, but you weren't trying to look into it very hard, no. But you can honestly say it crossed your mind, and it does more than cross your mind in March, okay? The Tower. I remember I got a comment once, like, why can't you just read the cards? I laughed. To myself, I laughed. Wouldn't be a very good reader. Because this is what that would look like. The Tower, clarified by the 4 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, the World. You understood at a point in your life where you were at rest. And that closing out that cycle is something you had to do. No more information. It's not what people think it is. Can you just read the cards? 4 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, the World. Yeah, the Tower. Yeah. Back here. Right now. Upwards over the next 3 or 4 weeks. When you, as an individuation, 9 of Pentacles, tried to rest on this subject, you realized every time you tried to rest over that strong connection, all you were really doing is putting yourself in a situation where you would quote-unquote calm down to make yourself feel better about it, and then you would keep it open, right? And you're like, I can't do that anymore. Every time I try to reflect on it and heal over it, I kind of just calm down, and I find reasons to keep it or keep it open, and I don't want to do that anymore. And you know what? You know what was the killer argument here? You know what was nail in the coffin? You're like, I'm part of a so-called lovers connection friendship, and I still feel alone. My thoughts are still my thoughts. They're a reflection of just what I've got going on and how I'm experiencing things. They're not here with me. I just make myself feel better about it temporarily, and then boom, Tower, something about like that just kicked off for you. Every time I think about them, I make myself feel better about it. And then I agree to keep the cycle open as friends. It's just me. I'm alone. It's just me. They're not there sharing the process with me. They're not working on this with me. I've neglected my pathway because of this. Trying to keep them around as a friend. I'm still alone. I have neither true friend nor a true intimate connection. I don't have either. Because they don't feel like a friend. Not really. Friends show up. You guys do things together at the core of it. It's like you don't have an intimate partner either. One of your moments there where you have rest, it occurs to you, and that's what triggers that world. It kind of finalizes it for you. Okay, that's it, I'm done. I'm in this connection, I'm still alone. They're not here with me making these decisions. I have no idea what they're thinking or feeling. It's me, it's always me. Yeah, it's 4 of Wands, not a relationship. 7 of Cups, the Lovers. See, there it is. God dang it. Yeah, I know, it's exactly what I'm saying. You came back with that again and again. Bless you, honey. So your Tower's happening now to, I'd say, no more than the first week of January. First to second week. So your Tower's triggering now. Okay, excuse my tummy if you hear it kicking off. I strongly believe, yeah, between now and upwards to January, no later than Aquarius season. Okay. 4 of Wands, 7 of Cups, the Lovers. It's like, if it was a real relationship, it would feel stable. We would be open to each other emotionally, and it would show. I would know what their feelings are. I wouldn't have to guess, and I wouldn't have to make myself go take a nap to feel better about it. Because that's what you did. That was your process. That's what allowed you to keep the cycle open. When you gave yourself room to calm down and rest, you're like, okay, I can keep working with this. I can keep working with this. You're like, it's always me, though. They're never with me. That was the Tower. That was all at once, and I am sorry. 4 of Wands, 7 of Cups, the Lovers. You had hoped this would be a relationship where two people were just available, sharing feelings, loving the love, and stabilizing and growing something. And you're like, no, I'm still on my own. So I don't know how long you were trying to be friends with them, or that was the agreement in some way, but you had always felt it would be more. And I think deep down, yeah, I think you both felt it was supposed to be more, but for one reason or another, it didn't play out that way. Okay, it didn't. I'm sure they felt something deep with you too that might have looked like or mimicked emotionally or spiritually a relationship, but reality dictated it was a barely functioning friendship. And at the end of the day, you realized you're the one making decisions on your own. And it was a big Tower for you. It's upcoming, and it's really going to set the platform for your new year, which I have to insist isn't bad. It's not negative. Not at all. You're done. You're tired of being in a one-sided strong connection. Okay? So yeah, you're being hard on yourself, but you're also being honest. And this is really your year to clean out that which does not work for you and to figure out what does. Okay? I know 2026 doesn't look like it's all that. But honey, think of it this way. Don't think of the loss. Don't focus on the loss. Think of the gain. What are you losing except another year where you might play out the same pattern with them over and over again, just to have these same thoughts December 2026. Okay? So yeah, I can see why you're being hard on yourself. You're telling yourself, don't go back. I've done it too many times. Kept them around as friends, or they're keeping me around as a friend, and that's not where we're supposed to be. That's not where the energy's supposed to be. So you're like, excuse me if I take some time off from loving energies to sort my shit out, because I don't want that to happen again. Although I have to admit, in March, I'm curious. I'm not necessarily concerned, but I'm curious about why that is, because you had some very strong confrontational, this is how it's going to be, to, should I move forward to something in March? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's get some more advice, please. Only 32 minutes? Are you serious? Really? Well, I'm not going to lie. You've actually been quite definitive in your energies. Very, very definitive. You gave me a lot of measurements, a lot of framework here. So I can't say I'm surprised. But still. Okay. We're going to do open-ended advice here, or clarification. I'll tell you why. January and February line up as being hand-in-hand concepts. March jumps into a different category. Still related to your sense of apprehension and fear. But it brings up new subjects. So, okay. The Fool, Knights of Wands, yeah. Good, 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 good. Good. You have confidence there. Good, good. Don't get me wrong. I say you're being hard on yourself, but nonetheless, you're showing me confidence right there with that Fool. Knights of Wands, 6 of Wands. It's like your energy's experiencing a burst there. I have to tell you, it's going to feel amazing at first. Triumph too. And I want you to feel that. I do want you to feel that sense of triumph. You know, that feeling you have was like, I understand, I gave this up. Okay? I walked away from this. I closed it out. It's going to cause most likely what looks like a momentary burst, and it's going to feel so good. Just please be aware of what it's like when it comes down, okay? Because I do see it come down in reality. Here it is, in reality. I have to enforce it. I'm not available, and I know that. But yeah, initially, it's going to feel like a burst of freedom once you make the decision. It is going to feel like a burst of freedom. It is. But the reality is that we still have work to do, yes? Okay. There's the stress, 9 of Swords. Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Cups. Okay. Yeah, Judgment. Okay, I agree. I have to agree. All right, well, that makes sense. Yeah, 9 of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Cups. You're saying in time, you trust that you will feel better. In time, you will have a better understanding of wish fulfillment. Okay. In time, if there's ever a time, you'll know when to receive the call. So you weren't expecting it anytime soon. That's what you call foreshadowing. Okay, so you weren't expecting that anytime soon. 9 of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Cups. Like, in time, I'll feel better. That's honest. That's fair. A lot of people conclude that. It's like, no need to worry about love right now. No need to worry about that. Wish fulfillment and love, eventually, I'm sure I'll experience that. Just, I don't need to stress about it. 3 of Wands, Judgment. You're like, I have all the time in the world. I've made that decision. You know, Gabriel will blow his horn in due time. Okay? The Archangel here, Gabriel. In time, I will hear that call. No problem. No stress. No stress. No stress. Okay. Fair. Fair. Reasonable conclusion. Thing is that you expected a lot more time to pass. Like a lot more. Bless you. That's good. No, that's good. You had reasonable expectations. You weren't pressured then. Good. You were not pressuring yourself to rush back into it and fix things and fix things and fix it now so I can be in love tomorrow. You didn't do that, which is good. Wonderful. Wonderful. No pressure. No pressure. Yeah, you're saying I need to take the time to heal that so-called friendship and what it meant to me and learn from it specifically. And I agree with you. The more we learn from something, again, exercise wisdom, we are least likely to repeat that situation or scenario, which I know is why you said, I feel what I feel. I have things to work on. Okay. So you didn't think you'd be getting a call anytime soon. You really did see it as a faraway concept. No rushing. Okay. I say you're reinforcing that you're not available in February. It makes me wonder if you had some inquiries in there. Because you reinforced it pretty darn hard. Confusion. Oh, confusion. Oh, confusion. Just confused. Oh, that's what it is. Inquiries. So, not necessarily love inquiries, but people you know and care about you. They want to know why. They want to know why. Okay. And I see you reinforcing your decision. That's why it's reinforced in February. It really is. Bless them. You know, when people question our decisions like that, again, I think I related that a little bit closer to your opening. If we are so afraid to be alone, then we're never going to truly connect well with someone else. If we can't be in our own company, that's a problem. So once more, I applaud you for knowing that you're off limits. And you reinforced it in February very strongly, and I was wondering why. It's not because necessarily that you have love inquiries here and there, hey, Capricorn, wink, wink, or whatever. It's people who care about you want to know. You might be coming across as very isolated or cold or detached, and it's just where you need to be. It doesn't look like anything threatening. It's just quiet. You're quietly processing this. This represents a major decision to you. You could have kept it going, baby, for another year. And then we'd have this conversation December 2026, like I said. You didn't want it to happen another year. But yeah. Yeah, that's where that frustration and reinforcement. People who care about you, they don't understand. You know what? They don't need to. It's for you to understand. So I'm not saying that you can't talk about your experience. I hope that you do. But you're also telling them very explicitly why you're not open, you're not rushing, and you're not trying to be. I think it's just so weird. Some people just don't know how to be alone. You know? I don't know. Or it's like, you seem sad. How do we fix that? Here's a treat. Except that treat is sex or that treat is love. And it's like, maybe you just need to get out there. Maybe you just need to mind your own damn business. Why do people think treats will fix our whole... It's one thing when you treat yourself to a little cocktail or a little milkshake or something, and other people are like, no, but treat yourself to like a new love energy, or treat yourself to like, you know, some random sex. Do you wonders. For some people, that might be true. I hate that. It's like, oh, in order to fix the problem, you should perpetuate it. See? Some people's habits, man, they're so ingrained. Anyway, that's all that was in February. And people who know and love you, they want to know what's going on with you. All right. King of Wands. Eight of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Okay, sliding on over here. Okay. The Emperor. Five of Pentacles. The Star. Good. Good. You really are insisting that you stick to your dreams. I was wondering what you were going to choose. So, excuse me. Sorry, that's my stammer. As soon as I saw that Two of Pentacles, I was like, oh, indeed, it is more than one thing. You have, your Chariot has a choice. There is something here, an indication of love that has drawn your attention. I didn't know if you're going to go for it. There was a lot of tension around that, especially after everything we've seen here today. I personally don't think you're ready, but some of you felt compelled to go in that direction, but you didn't know. And the Two of Pentacles is sliding in another direction. Is work. Some of you have the opportunity to deepen your work, your environment, your careers, your pay. I don't know, but it does require movement, perhaps sooner rather than later. I'll tell you what I'm seeing here as the proposed path, because it's there, you can't miss it. But again, I have to insist, tarot does not dictate action, you do. Tarot is the proof of choice, not the absence of it. You have choice. For the Capricorn I'm looking at, you unanimously, singularly decide to pursue your work interests, your career interests, and I see why. The stress was coming from best investment, and you don't see love as the best investment. You did tell me, point blank, I expect it to take time. I'm not, if real love calls, I'm here. You know, and I saw it over here for you. It's just a blip in your mind. Eventually I'll go there. Eventually you'll go there. So you actually technically have the real world opportunity in March to go there and explore it. But man, you clammed up on that. I don't know. I don't know that I'm ready. I don't know that I'm ready to want it either. And you were very honest about it. And I was to say, manifestation, I don't like seeing the magician surrounded by that much anxiety and nervousness, because then you don't know what the hell you're asking for. So keeping that in mind, when it comes to love, we should know. What would be the easier road then for you to manifest and feel good about? Capable, competent, work. I'm incredibly proud of you right here. I'm incredibly proud of you. The Emperor, Five of Pentacles, the Star. That Five of Pentacles you intuitively felt you needed to work on. It's like you've made progress. Because of March, you're saying, I made a good choice, and I see that. I've been working on that issue. And you feel empowered. You made a good choice in March. And I have to tell you, it lines up to your sun. You said that you would put your best intent, value, working values, and devotional energies back into your path that was neglected largely because of this on and off friendship, lover thing. So you are achieving that too. And it looks like you have the opportunity to up those work energies. It might require, however, fast movement, a decision that you need to make sooner rather than later. Other than that, I see you leaning towards that as your preference, with this understanding is that, yeah, you've made progress. You've made so much progress that you decided not to go for the Ace of Cups, but your work goals, because you're saying that was what you needed to focus on. That's what would make you happy. And you know that. Understanding that you still have more work to do. Good. I'm glad you're choosing. I am. One day you'll choose love. And you won't hesitate. But in March, you hesitate. Pretty strongly. A little bit, okay. A little bit, but that was a lot of bit. I don't know, you're not ready. You're not. I'm not saying that you can't be ready by March. I'm saying for the Capricorn, and I'm looking at, you're not. You're not. And you know it. So, yeah, stick to that plan of the sun for you. This is what I can do, and I'm good at it, and it makes me happy. How the hell did I allow my path to become neglected for that? I was putting so much energy into it, hoping the deeper relationship would be revealed. That took massive amounts of energy for you. Took your eye off your path. Now it's your chance to get back to it and repair it, amplify it, beef it up, however you want to put it. March, your workflow increases, and you know what? It feels good. It feels really good. I'm happy for you there. I'm happy for you, my friend. Okay, just to let you know, that cloud burst of freedom and energy, and I'm at the high of my highs, is going to hit hard after you break that cycle and you're feeling that New Year energy. Just please understand that there will be a natural deflation process. Okay? Wand energy here, it's lovely, but it's not necessarily sustainable. Okay? Because reality hits for you about the work that needs to be done. But look at that empowerment. You get back on that freaking path, baby. Look at that. And like I said, you've made a lot of strides in the abandonment issues. However, I'm interested. Yeah, see, you want more healing for yourself. Man, you are not dumb. Look at you. I'm going to say that with a lot of respect, like so much. Do you have any idea how done somebody has to be with a repetitive cycle before they're finally willing to dig deep, do the hard work, and learn from it, and really let it go, because they have no interest in ever doing anything like that again. You have to be so burnt out. You don't even have room for anger anymore. You don't have room for cynicism. You have no room for resentment. Like, that is how done you are with that cycle, that you singularly say, this is what I'm doing. Do not disturb me. I will not change my mind. I will not go back. I won't do what I did last year or the year before. I won't. This is what matters. You know what matters? This matters. Don't talk to me about that anymore. It's done. When somebody's like past the point of anger and sadness and disgust, like when you're just past all that, because when you carry those feelings with you, that means you still carry the connection with you. Okay. It's, so just my little spiel on that briefly. You know what the opposite of love is? It's not hate. It isn't. People think it is, and I see why. People tend to see emotions on a spectrum. Well, if love's on one side, surely hate's on the other. No. The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. When you can honestly say you feel nothing towards that at all, because hate suggests that you are still emotionally anchored and or invested in that connection, which is why a lot of people keep cycles going. Because at some point when they stop feeling love, they want to feel a sense of justice over their hate. So they keep themselves in those cycles over and over again. You've done it. I said, I want peace. That's what I'm manifesting peace for myself, and you know what that is? Building into my pathway, and whatever that is for you in March, I'm happy for you. It's an opportunity. It may not show up as an Ace of Pentacles, but it is the opportunity for you to move around, explore, I don't quite know, take on more responsibilities, become more mobile. It does require, again, more upfront decision making, but you got it. You got it. And you're proud of yourself. I made a good choice. That also tells me an Ace of Cups was available to you in March, and you said no. And there's no hurt feelings there, nor should it be. There was nothing there to be hurt over. If you don't start something, you have no reason to associate it with stopping. Okay? So you didn't start it. You didn't indulge in it. You didn't give it any energy. I just seem to know, and you seem to know, that by March it's there as a possibility. Excuse me. So yeah, I love that. Manifesting, temperance, patience, healing. Okay. Eight of Pentacles, yeah, see, I know. That makes sense to you. You want to work hard. Get that path back in order, baby. I understand. I hear you. At Ten of Swords, I understand. And it helps you recover from the pain, from that ending. In other words, you see work as a grounding method, which is good. 7 of Wands, I understand. Anything else, please, about that particular cycle that we should know about? Queen of Wands, attractive. The Moon. Knight of Pentacles. Someone here, well, I know who you are. That person, whoever that is, the movement forward, they always remained elusive. Okay. Willfully elusive. You know. No doubt used the attraction between you two in order to keep the connection together, so the energy was there, was expressed in some way, was hinted at, wink, wink. But the fact of the matter is, what they really wanted always remained under the moon. In other words, they refused to define it or make themselves clear about why the hell they were there with you, trying to be friends. What did they want from that? They would never really say, huh? Yeah, that's usually what it amounts to. A lot in my experience, not always. But what do you really want? Never really say. Well, I think, we're so special, you and I. But okay, are we like in a relationship? I don't want to define it, but you and I, we're such special, good friends. And it probably sounds really nice at first, and then it gets really fucking old over the years. It's a one-hit wonder, one note that gets played again and again. At first, you're addicted to the song, you're addicted to the melody, and you realize, oh, you and I don't have any other hits, do we? I think I don't like that song anymore. Yeah. We can't really be defined. That's because you don't want to define it. That doesn't make this situation any more mysterious. In fact, it's getting very boring, didn't it? Stop being interesting and mysterious to, this is all that's going to happen between us, isn't it? I'm saying a one-hit wonder, Yeah, I know, I'm trying to lighten it because I get that energy, I do. Yeah, being coy, playing with you, giving you something to work with energetically, but nothing. And I just know you need the structure. Whatever this is, you're trying to feed it, really took away from your path, but you have to admit you kind of took that away from yourself, right? You understand your level of participation in this. Continue to keep a cycle open that was going nowhere. Okay. You get that part. You don't really need the tarot lady to tell you. That's part of the abandonment shit you got to work through. The 5 of Pentacles, how did I allow this to happen? Oh, fear of abandonment. Okay, where's that coming from? And on that train of thought goes, and that's going to be most of your heavy-duty energies right there in February. You need to work through that, as painful as it is. We need to work through it again, because when we work through it, we understand it. We're not as likely to repeat it, and that's the name of your particular game, Capricorn. I ain't trying to repeat that shit ever. So that means we got to work. We got to learn. But above all, what I really like is that when you start doing the work and it becomes clear to you, you start seeing elements of success in your life that are important to you, getting back on your path, putting more work into it, making it more secure. And for some of you, that Chariot energy around the 2 of Pentacles might be a lot of flexibility, perhaps if not mobility with your work, then flexibility. Creative, maybe. 64, Woodwives, adaptability. Yeah, adaptability. Craving more adaptability in your work energies? Well, it's going to happen. March. Adaptability, flexibility. I was just saying, some of you might go into more flexible work endeavors where you can do a little bit of this, a little bit of that on your time. Okay. Very nice. 64. You're adapting. Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be the theme for you, at least for the opening of 2026, is adaptability. You are making changes. You're adapting to your environment. You're adapting to the truth of the situations here. You're adapting. You're adapting. And you're also, readjusting your life in the absence of this connection. Okay, Will-o'-the-wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows. There's so much more to be discovered. You just wait. Me talks. Repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Number 39. I know. That's what you overall said. If you had a theme to any sort of manifestation, that would be it. 32. Jeweled web. Connectivity. Wanting to increase your connectivity for work reasons, as I see it. Covenant, sacred contract, 7. Yeah. I get that. And I saw that right here. Okay. You show devotion to your workable path, whatever that is to you. And from your point of view, this got stagnant because of this. It required so much energy just to keep it around. Covenant. And you're like, I neglected my own contract with myself. This is something that makes me happy. What the hell happened here? My garden, my whatever is stagnant. It's rocky. What the hell? What the hell? I should have more than this by now. Something like that. You're going to get back to that contract. And you take it seriously. I'm telling you, in March, when you have the opportunity to look at a little something that might be sweet, you're saying, you know what? No. I'm going to honor the contract I have with myself first. That's right. Number 7. Okay. I hear my neighbor's going to town on her car. Like, it's got the vacuum on it. For like the past 30 minutes, like, man, do you got a couple of cinnamons? I mean, Cinnamon's my dog. She's a husky. So I'm familiar with the shed. I know what I got to do for my car. Good night. Don't stop. Oh, a year from now. Look at that. Oh my God. Is that why the conviction's so high for you in January? Oh, how many times did I say it? You don't want this to be your December 2026. You don't want to be looking at another message from me saying the same shit in December 2026. Did some of you say, if this is the same scenario, December 2025, I'm done? I feel like for some of you, don't stop a year from now. It's like, if this is the same fucking situation, excuse my language, I won't stop this time. I promise you, this time next year, you keep at it, it's gonna look very different. Very different. You will have a very different December this year. Because you abided by the rules of cyclic behavior. So I don't know how long, in other words, you saw this repeating over and over again, and you gave it another 6 months or another whatever, or another year, and you told yourself, not this time. Okay. And you listened to it. You saw it. You saw the cycling. You saw the yo-yo activity. Okay. Yeah, reassess the situation. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep. You reassessed it. That's very you. And you learn to let it go and keep going. It all lines up, doesn't it? The oracles sometimes. You reassess the situation. You saw it for what it was. Learn to let it go. And then you challenged yourself to keep going. Absolutely. I know I referenced this song in someone else's reading not too long ago. It was for the check-ins. You know. So here we have the world. I didn't see death, but we saw the world here today twice under the same concept. And that reminds me, you keep going. Keep going, you're darn right. You keep going. So that reminds me of Thank You by Alanis Morissette, who said, somewhere in that song, within the lyrics, says, how about not equating death with stopping? In other words, yeah, this ending occurred, but it wasn't my ending. Mm-hmm. I am separate from that ending. I am separate from that cycle. I am my own person. I don't have to stop. That closing out is not the ending of me, it's the making of me. I'm going to keep going. Okay. Yes, all right. We have the letters H, I, U, S, and palm hand. Some of you might have some very strong Taurus in your chart, but your spirituality around this one, the commitment to yourself, is quite high at this time. I really want you to use that to your advantage. So this cycle then represents anti-commitment. It's something that would not take shape or refused to live up to its potential. It wouldn't commit to it. This person's intents and values remained elusive. Okay? That wasn't your problem. So you're saying, I know what I commit to, I know what I value, and this ain't it. It's time I started living up to my values. It's been a while. Okay? So I hoped this helped you, Capricorn, honey. I think this was a great reading. I do. I hope you didn't see an hour of this and say it was all negative. Not at all. This is what growth looks like. This is what insight looks like. This is what discipline and enforcement and empowerment look like. You're not afraid of hard work. That's just not who you are. And personally, when I see you in March and that decision you made the right one. I know you did. I have to go back to your original advice drop. You knew with a certain, with frankly just a certain conviction that when it was time, you know it was time. March is not the time. You just know. And I'm glad you know. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.